WHS Homecoming 2018. We are proud to present the student-selected homecoming sport. Freshman maid Haley O'Rose, escorted by her father Jamie. Haley's football escort is Caleb Nicholson.
Do you have a seat there?
JC Golden, escorted by her father Gary. JC's football escort is Warren Burton. Sophomore maid Emily Boggs, escorted by her father Scott. Emily's football escort is Hayden Spurlock. Hannah Gibson, escorted by her father David. Hannah's football escort is John Daggett. Tara Rook, escorted by her father Tony. Tara's football escort is Brett Carter. Junior maids Patience Carl, escorted by her stepfather Brian Freeman. Patience's football escort is David Jones. Keely Circle, escorted by her father Aaron. Keely's football escort is Colby Hopkins. Jillian Shortnessy, escorted by her father Trey. Jillian's football escort is Jesse Taylor. Senior maids Michaela Barrientos, escorted by her mother, Jennifer Schilling. Michaela's football escort is Bay Martin. Ashley Gallagher, escorted by her father Danny. Ashley's football escort is Tristan Hudson. Mallory Long, escorted by her father Brian. Mallory's football escort is David Min.
Here's the thing.
come back and the same thing is paying for those on the back of our sheet on this next one. So there's actually 2 of those up here.
As per tradition, over these last 55 years of HHS, 50 years of Highland football, these girls were chosen by their classmates. The Senior Rebels have chosen the homecoming queen, and representing the Senior Rebels with the team autographed football, flowers, and the tiara are Cameron Lamb, Jason Child, and Robert Morrow. The 2018 Rebel Homecoming Queen is Ashley Gallagher. Congratulations, Ashley. Congratulations, Ashley. And to your court. We asked Rebel alumni from 1965 to 2018. Rebel fans, stand please for the playing of our alma mater by the Marching Rebels. Sing as you remember.
Wildcats, Trumann, and the Highland Rebels getting ready for the national anthem here in just a minute. Posting of the colors and national anthems. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. Appreciate my buddy Neil Morris and HighlandRebels.com. That's where this game will be viewed. We're going to take just a pause here for the national anthem, and we'll be back in just a moment.
JROTC presenting the color guard and the Highland Rebel Band with the national anthem.
Please bow with me. Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity you have given us to be your lending voice for the game we love. Please help us play in ways that are pleasing to you and keep us in our opponent's faith during the game and after. Thank you for most of all for the Son who died for our cross and the sin. In the name I pray, amen.
Led by Greg and Hope Brunner, one of the finest bands, I guess, year in and year out around this area. When we were up here several years ago, and they always had a great band, and they still do to this day. So Greg and Hope, friends of ours, do a great job over here, and they did a great job on the anthem. Trumann's band is playing the alma mater. A light Trumann crowd here tonight. Made the trip over, and there's some still coming in as we're just about 11 and a half minutes away from kickoff. The Wildcats come in. Since 2006, these two teams are 6-6 in 12 contests, and so Trumann won the very first contest back in 2006, 35-6. Highland won in 2007, 20-7. And Trumann won the next two, 35-7, 31-21, and actually the next three, as they won in 2010, 42-22. But since then, it's been mostly Highland, as they won 6 games in a row between 2011 and 2015, before the Wildcats have won the last 2. One interesting note is that Trumann is 3-1 against Highland in October. This is the first October game we've had with the Rebels in several years, since 2009. The Wildcats are 3-5 against the Rebels in November games. Again, I appreciate my buddy Neil Morris at HighlandRebels.com. He's running video, and I punched my audio into his feed as we were having trouble with connection here at the stadium. The Wildcats come into this one with a record of 3-3. They're tied for third place in the 3-4A conference with Pocahontas. They're 3-3 overall, 2-1 in conference play. The Rebels are 1-5 overall, 0-3 in conference play. Their victory was against Riverview. I believe it was 27-20 victory over Riverview. They opened up 0 week. The Rebels did with a 35-12 loss at Valley View. Week 1 on August 31st, they lost to Harding Academy here at Rebel Stadium, 49-31. In week 2, they defeated Riverview 27-20 on the road. Then they took week 3 off before conference play started. They opened up conference play with a 46-42 loss at Westside, which is considered Westside is 5-1 overall and 3-0 in conference play. That was a pretty impressive game for the Rebels, as Westside's been tough to beat so far this season. And they barely beat the Rebels 46-42 at Westside. On September 28th, week 5, the Rebels traveled to Cave City and lost there 27-14. And then last week traveled to Rivercrest and lost at Rivercrest's new stadium 44-20. So the Rebels come in 1-5 overall and 0-3 in the 3-4A conference. The Wildcats opened their season with a 31-28 loss at Hoxie on August 31st. On September 7th, they hosted Shiloh Christian at the new RMC Stadium. Took a defeat there, 35-7. In week 3, they hosted Paragould, won that game 28-7. And then the following week, hosted Rivercrest, in which they lost that contest, the opening conference game for the Wildcats, 43-13. Since then, the Wildcats have won 2 in a row, and both of those have been on the road. As on September 28th, they traveled to Brooklyn, defeated the Bearcats 27-10. And then last week, traveled over to Gosnell and broke a 9-game losing streak against the Gosnell Pirates and shutting them out 14-0. So the Wildcats are on the road. They've won 2 straight on the road, and here we are again on the road tonight as we made the long trip to Sharp County to take on the Rebels. Again, the Wildcats have won the last 2 contests against Highland and are trying to make it 3 in a row. This series is tied 6-6 since the 2006 season. The Roaches Manufacturing Corporation pregame show for the Wildcats is about 6.5 minutes before kickoff. And so we appreciate Roaches sponsoring our pregame show. Roaches was founded in 1953, located at 808 Highway 463 north in Trumann, one of the leaders in the field of conveyors. Roaches Manufacturing Corporation, American-made conveying solutions. The Rebels in their home red jerseys, gray pants. Wildcats are wearing their white jerseys, white pants, black helmets, and they are coming out onto the field now. The team captains for Highland are set and ready to for the coin toss. Team captains for the Rebels going to be number 52, that's Dayton Menon, number 55, which is Robert Morrow, and number 3, Tristan Hudson. Tristan Hudson is the son of Wayman Hudson, who is from Trumann, graduated Trumann High School. His son's over here playing quarterback for the Rebels. Very good athlete, as plays quarterback. He also plays basketball. His season last year was cut short, like in week 2, I think, 2 or 3, with an injury, and was unable to finish last season. Captains for the Wildcats, number 4, Cole Bingham, number 11, M.J. Barnes, number 20, Will Ryan White, and number 25, J. Taylor Morgan.
Number 25. Captains for your Highland Rebels. Number
Rebels come in with 1,106 yards passing. That's an average of 184.3 per game. They've passed for 10 touchdowns. They've thrown 4 interceptions. They have 599 yards on 139 carries on the ground, which is a 4.3 average, averaging 99.8 yards per game. They've also scored 9 rushing touchdowns. So a total of 1,705 yards for the Rebels on this season. Was that right? Will Ryan White? Yeah, he's. Yes, sir. Had a question about Will Ryan's number. Will, he changed his number before the season to honor one of the military veterans who was killed in the line of duty. So the Wildcats will receive. Three minutes and 44 seconds before kickoff here in this one. I didn't check. I'm going to look to see real quick. It's supposed to be like 53 degrees, I think. And it's 52 degrees here at kickoff. It's been raining. It rained on me all the way here. And, well, I say that once I got to about Raven Den, it started raining a little bit. But it was raining pretty hard when I got here, just a steady rain. But right now it's clear. And I'm sure the field is a little soggy out there. Homecoming here for the Rebels. Coach Craig Green has a 3-3 record as head coach of the Wildcats, 2-1 in conference. His assistants are Greg White, Derek Hibbert, Zach Tyler, Ken Black, and Coach Lynn Greenwell. Last year, these two teams met up in week 10, on November 3rd, and the Wildcats had a 20-point win, 41-20 at Trumann. Again, the Wildcats have won the last 2 meetings between these two squads. They're trying to make it 3 in a row. The series is tied 6-6. And we're just about ready to start, 2 minutes away from kickoff. Jill and the boys and I lived here for 4 years. Beautiful area, man. We loved it up here. Have a lot of good friends still here, so we always enjoy coming back and visiting with those guys. Back deep for the Wildcats, number 6, Gunnar Parks, number 20, Will Ryan White. Other action tonight in 3-4A conference. Pocahontas is at Rivercrest. Westside is at Cave City, and Gosnell is at Brooklyn. Rivercrest sets atop the 3-4A conference with a perfect 6-0 record, 3-0 in conference. Westside is in second place, 5-1, 3-0. And Truman and Pocahontas are tied for third. There's a kick. It's going to be taken by Will Ryan at about the 23-yard line, and he's going to be dropped at the 34-yard line. So the Wildcats will start 11:56 at their own 34-yard line. Wildcats with the double wing offense. MJ Barnes out far left. There's a snap. Handoff to Jay Taylor Morgan. He looks to the right. He's going to take it past the 35 to about the 36-yard line. So a gain of 2 on the play. for Jay Taylor on his first carry. Bring up a 2nd down and 8. 11:32 here in this first quarter. There's a snap. Will Ryan's going to roll to his left. He's going to keep it. He's got some blockers out front. He finds a hole. He's going to take it out of bounds at the Rebel 49-yard line. So gain of 15 for the Wildcat quarterback on his first carry. Will Ryan had 88 yards last week on 21 carries and scored both of Trumann's touchdowns, one from 1 yard out and the other from 48 yards out, as the Wildcats defeated Gosnell on the road. So first and 10 for the Wildcats at the Rebel 49-yard line. 11:07 left to go in the first quarter. There's a handoff to Jay Taylor. He's got a hole, and he takes up the middle inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. So a gain of 10 on the play for Jay Taylor. And that's another first down for the Wildcats as Jay Taylor takes it out to the Rebel 39-yard line. This Rebel team has 409 total tackles on the season, average of 68 per game. That's not really a number you want to have a high number at. There's a handoff up the middle to Noah Milligan, and he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play for Milligan. On spot at the 34-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 5. 10-20 and counting here in this first quarter. We're still scoreless as the Wildcats have the first possession of the game. Will Ryan under center. He's going to keep it, and he finds a hole there up the middle. He's got the first down, and then some, as he is finally brought down by several Rebels at about the 23-yard line. So a gain of 11 for Will Ryan, and another first down for the Wildcats. Actually going to be a gain of 12 on that play. 27 yards for Will Ryan on 2 carries. Handoff to Cole Bingham. He's taking it to the left side. Got some blockers out front, and he's going to be down at about the 15-yard line. Actually going to mark it at the 14-yard line. So gain of 8 for Cole Bingham on his first carry. Bingham had 10 yards last week on 2 carries for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 2. 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter. This is the first possession of the game for either team. Will Ryan's going to roll out left. He's got some blocks there, and he's going to take it into the end zone from 14 yards out. So Trumann's on the board first with a 14-yard touchdown run by Will Ryan White, the quarterback, with 8:47 left to go. Will Ryan will attempt the point after. MJ Barnes set the hold. There's a snap, hold, and it's blocked. Can't see the number. Number 55, Robert Morrow, credited with the block. So after the blocked extra point with 8:47 left to go in the first quarter, the Wildcats strike first and on with a 6-0 lead. If you need T-shirts for the family, for fundraisers or special occasions, you can get my buddy Jamie Carter a call at Carter Graphics. Jamie's a Wildcat alum, provides vinyl heat transfer and screen printing on T-shirts and other clothing. Carter Graphics, screen printing that makes sense. Give Jamie a call at 870-275-7997. That's 870-275-7997, or email him at cartergraphics@yahoo.com. Will Ryan set to kick off for the Wildcats. Ball is going to go out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So with 8:43, Rebels take over at their own 35. Wildcats jump on the snap there, or on the play. It's going to be against them. 5-yard penalty. Wildcat touchdown. Took 3 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. Going to be a pass from Hudson out to number 3, and it's going to be a little trick play as he passes it down to number 7. That's Drake Scott. So the pass from Tristan Hudson to Drake Scott takes the ball down to the Trumann 43-yard line. So a gain of 22 on that pass for the Rebels. This time Hudson's going to keep it. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield, though, by number 42, Jonah Haney. And it's going to be a loss on that play of a couple for Hudson. .42 is Jonah Haney. Pass out to the right side. It's going to be over the head of Drake Scott. So pass incomplete for Hudson. I lose somewhere. Hudson rolls out to his right, looks to pass. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down. So the Rebels set to punt here on 4th down, 7:47 left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats up 6-0. Punt is going to be taken at the 19-yard line by Will Ryan White, and he's going to be wrapped up right where he caught it. They're going to give him a yard on that return, so the Wildcats will take over at their own 20-yard line. 7:38 left to go in the first quarter. Will Ryan with 3 carries for 41 yards so far in this one. Has a touchdown, 14 yards out. He's going to hand it off to Jay Taylor Morgan, who breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet, and he's out to about the 40-yard line. So a gain of 20 for Jay Taylor Morgan. 32 yards on 3 carries for the senior, Jay Taylor Morgan. He's a 6'1", 180-pound senior. 7:27 and counting here in this first quarter. Wildcats up 6-0. They scored on a 14-yard touchdown run by Will Ryan White. The extra point attempt was blocked. Will Ryan under center. He's going to hand it off to Morgan again. He's looking for blockers. He has them, and he's still on his feet at the 45, 40, 30, 20, 10, and he takes it in for the score. So a 60-yard touchdown run for Jay Taylor Morgan gives the Wildcats 6 more. And Jay Taylor has 92 yards on 4 carries. Wildcats are going to go for 2. Will Ryan rolls to his left, looking for blockers. He has them, and he scores the 2-point conversion. So Trumann goes up 14-0 with 7:02 left to go in the first quarter. A couple of big runs for the Wildcats, their first 2 series. 14-yard touchdown by Will Ryan and a 60-yard touchdown run by Jay Taylor Morgan. Give them appreciate Neil Morris and HighlandRebels.com. www.HighlandRebels.com is where you can see the game tonight. Back deep for the Rebels. Number 3, Tristan Hudson. Number 7, Drake Scott. And set to kick off for the Wildcats, number 20, Will Ryan White. Scott's going to let it roll out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. So with 7:02 left to go in the first quarter, Highland will start their second possession at their own 35-yard line. 36 seconds the time on that second touchdown scoring drive for the Wildcats. Hudson, the quarterback, he has 3 receivers out left, 1 out right. They run a little spread offense. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Braden Figgins on the carry. Gain of about 4 on the play. He wears number 22. Second down and 6 for the Rebels at their own 39-yard line. Hudson gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to Figgins again. He's got some space there. He's going to be grabbed by M.J. Barnes and brought down at the 49-yard line. So a gain of 10 that time for Figgins. Gives him 14 yards on 2 carries. And that's the first down for the Rebels in this ball game. Pass out to number 1, David Jones. Gain of 9 on the play. Second down and 1 for the Rebels. 5:42 and counting here in the first quarter. Wildcats on top 14-0. There's a whistle before the snap. It's going to be a false start penalty against the Rebels. So with the 5-yard penalty, ball will be spotted back at the 46-yard line. So second down and 6 now. Hudson's going to keep it. Makes a pretty nice move there, but he's going to be spread out and brought down by number 8. That's Milton Lewis. Lewis wearing number 8 in the road jersey. He wore number 17 at home. So no gain on the play. Bring up third down. Hudson's going to pass it to his right, and it's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up fourth down again. Hudson with 6 pass attempts. He's completed 2 of those for 31 yards. And it looks like the Rebels are going to choose to punt again at the Wildcat 46-yard line. Fourth down. 4:57 left to go in the first quarter. Trumann on top 14-0. There's a snap. Oh, and it's blocked by Jaden King. And he's going to fall on it at about the 37-yard line. So block punt by King. And the Wildcats will take over with 4:47 left to go in the first quarter at the Rebel 37-yard line. Wildcats up 14-0. Everything's gone right for the Wildcats in this first quarter. Again, Trumann's pretty hot right now. They come in with 2 wins in a row. Both of those on the road. Will Ryan under center. Passes the ball over the head of M.J. Barnes. So Will Ryan's first pass attempt is incomplete. And that'll bring up second down and 10 for the Wildcats. 4:41 left to go in the first quarter. On homecoming here for the Highland Rebels. They presented the homecoming royalty before the game. Will Ryan's going to pass it out to MJ, that left side. He ducks his head and lowers his shoulder, and he's going to get about 5 yards on the play. That'll bring up third down. You can give him 6 yards on that play. So bring up a 3rd down and 4. Will Ryan takes the handoff, gives it to Noah Milligan, and he has a big hole up the middle. He's finally tripped up at about the 19-yard line. So a gain of 13 on the play for the fullback, Noah Milligan. He gives him 18 yards on 2 carries. And that's another Trumann 1st down. .420 left to go in the 1st quarter. So handoff to Milligan again up the middle. Another nice gain for the junior. So he takes it down to the 13-yard line for a gain of 7 on the play. 25 yards now on 3 carries for the junior Noah Milligan. It's been all Trumann so far in this 1st quarter, but still a lot of game left. There's another handoff to Milligan. He leaps over a defender, and he's going to have the 1st down. So he takes it down to the 9-yard line. So gain of 3 on the play. For Noah Milligan. 3:30 and counting here in the 1st quarter. Shout out to Miss Lita Morris. She's listening, watching here in Cherokee Village. Cole Bingham with the carry, takes to the left side, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to be brought down close to the goal line. It's like the 2-yard line. So gain of 7 on the play for Cole Bingham. 15 yards on 2 carries for the senior Cole Bingham. 2:50 and counting here in this 1st quarter. Wildcats up 14-0. There's a handoff to Cole Bingham, and he is going to take it down to the 1-yard line, it looks like. So gain of 1 for the senior Bingham. And it's going to bring up 3rd and go from the 1-yard line. Will Ryan White brings the play in from the sideline. The offense steps up to the line of scrimmage. Will Ryan under center. And he's going to hand it off to Bingham again, and Bingham's going to take it in for the touchdown. So Cole Bingham with the 3rd Wildcat touchdown of this 1st quarter. He has 17 yards on 4 carries. So with 2:04 left to go in the 1st quarter, Trumann strikes again with a 1-yard run by Cole Bingham. Will Ryan White on to attempt the extra point. MJ Barnes set to hold. Jesse Penner set to snap it. Snap, hold, kick, and it is good. So with 2:04 left to go in the 1st quarter, the Wildcats with a 21-0 lead here at Rebel Stadium. It's been all Wildcats here early on. Will Ryan with 41 yards on 3 carries and a 14-yard touchdown run. Jay Taylor Morgan with 92 yards on 4 carries, and he has a touchdown. Noah Milligan, 4 carries for 28 yards. And Cole Bingham with 4 carries for 17 yards and a 1-yard touchdown run. Rebels.
To receive, number 20. Will Ryan White on the kick for the Wildcats.
For the Rebels, they had 31 yards passing for Tristan Hudson on 2 for 6 passing. He has 2 carries for -2 yards, and Braden Figgins has 2 carries for 14 yards for the Rebels. Will Ryan set to kick it. Kicks it to Drake Scott. He takes it about the 4-yard line. He's going to make a couple of moves, still on his feet, as he takes it out to about the 29-yard line. That is Hudson on the return, and not Drake Scott. So there is a flag on the field at about the 25-yard line. A lot of times that's a block in the back or a hold. And that's going to be penalty against the Rebels. That'll back them up. So a good return by Hudson is negated by a penalty. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 15-yard line. So with 1:56, the Rebels take over at their own 15-yard line. Hand off to Figgins. He's going to be brought down by M.J. Barnes, but he takes it out to the 24-yard line, so a gain of 9 on the play for Figgins. Gives him 23 yards on 3 carries. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Rebels. 1:30 and counting here in the first quarter. Wildcats on top 21-0. There's another handoff to Figgins. He takes it out to the 29-yard line. So a gain of 5 for Figgins and a first down for the Rebels. 1:23 and counting here in the first quarter. Rebels step up to the line of scrimmage. Run a spread offense, 3 wide to the left, 1 out to the right. Hudson, the quarterback, keeps it. And he makes a move to the left side before he's brought down at the 32-yard line, looks like. So a gain of 4 for Hudson. Actually, a gain of 3 on the play. .40 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 7 for the Rebels. Hudson keeps it, and he's going to be wrapped up there by Jonah Haney. Nice job by Haney to drop the Rebel quarterback for a loss. And so the 3-yard gain turns into a 3-yard loss on the next play. And the Rebels now face a 3rd and 10 from their own 28-yard line. And that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Trumann 21, Highland 0. We'll be back in a moment with more action here at Rebel Stadium.
At our church, Jesus is Lord. That single belief calls us together as a community and sends us into our world with hope and purpose. At our church, your past will never define your future. There's always redemption, which means there's always a brighter day. At our church, we don't think we're better than any other church out there. We're just doing our best to become our best. At our church, we want you to believe in God, but we also want you to know that God believes in you. And finally, we need you to hear this loud and clear. At our church, it's not really our church at all. It's His. And we live and move and breathe in His church for His glory and His fame, not ours.
Looks like 9 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up 4th down at 1. It's 40 yards passing for Hudson. Looks like the Rebels are going to go for it, hand it off to Figgins up the middle, and he's going to have the first down.
Figgins on the carry, brought down by a host of Wildcats. Not before a first down for your Highland Rebels.
So, number 22, Braden Figgins, able to help the Rebels with the first down there. As pass complete to Figgins. And he's going to be dropped by J. Taylor Morgan at the 47-yard line. So a gain of 7 on that catch. That'll bring up 2nd down. Hudson passes to his left. It's going to be incomplete as it hit the ground. It was intended for number 5, Rhett Carter. So it's going to bring up another 3rd down for the Rebels. Hudson keeps it this time. Wildcat defense is trying to spread him out, and he's still on his feet, takes it out of bounds in Trumann territory. So a gain on the play for Hudson. Figgins on the carry. Takes it to the 45-yard line. So a gain of a couple on the play. (10-11) left to go in the first half. Wildcats on top 21-0. There's another handoff to Figgins, and he's going to be wrapped up by M.J. Barnes and Noah Milligan. Takes it out to the 37-yard line. So 3rd down and short for the Rebels. There's a snap to Hudson. He looks to pass, he keeps it, and he's going to have the first down and then some. As he's going to be finally brought down at the 25 by Will Ryan White. So a gain of about 12 on the play for Tristan Hudson. First down for the Rebels, 9:33 and counting here in the second quarter. And the Rebels with their best drive of the game so far. The snap to Hudson. He hands off to Figgins. And he's going to be smothered there just past the line of scrimmage for a gain of maybe 1 on the play. Gives him 41 yards on 8 carries. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for Highland. .855 and counting here in the second quarter. Fake to Figgins, pass out to number 15, and he's going to be tackled by J. Taylor Morgan. That's Grant Sanders. So pickup of 3 or 4 on that play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. It's 50 yards passing for Hudson. Oh, here's one picked off by Jesse Penner, and there's nobody behind him. Nice block by MJ there. Jesse Penner with a pick 6. So an 82-yard pick 6. So Trumann strikes again in the second quarter with 7:58 left to go in the half, thanks to an 82-yard pick 6 by Jesse Penner.
Against the Wildcats.
Well, Ryan White set to try the point after. MJ Barnes to hold. Jesse Penner to snap it. There's a snap, hold, kick, and it's good. Wildcats go up 28-0 here in the second quarter with 7:58 left to go. It's been all Trumann in this one so far. Thompson Funeral Home, locally owned and operated since 1941, is located at 200 Bible Drive. You can call David or Judy Thompson today at 870-483-6311 for all your funeral needs. Thompson Funeral Home, proud sponsors of Wildcat football. The Wildcats have been on the roll, folks, the last, ever since that Rivercrest game. Rivercrest came into Trumann and embarrassed the Wildcats 43-13. But since then, the Wildcats have reeled off 2 straight road wins, and they're up 28-0 here in the second quarter over the Rebels. Kickoff by Will Ryan White. We called it about the 12-yard line by Hudson. Actually, Drake Scott on the return. So 7:51 left to go in the second quarter. And Highland with the ball at their own 31-yard line. The last time the Wildcats came to Rebel Stadium, they won big, 48-13. Rebels in spread offense, 2 out left, 1 out right. Pass to the right side. It should have been picked off by Milton Lewis, and he knows it. He was anticipating the hit, and the ball went right in front of him. Should have been picked off. He has 2 interceptions on the season, and he wishes he had that one back. So pass incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Rebels. There's a handoff to Figgins. Takes it to the left side. He's going to be wrapped up by M.J. Barnes and Jaden King. And he's going to have about 3 yards on that carry. So 44 yards rushing on 9 carries for Figgins. He's been the workhorse for the Rebels tonight. And they face another 3rd down. They've had several 3rd downs in this game so far. 3rd and 7. 7:18 left to go in the half. Hudson rolls to his right, and he's going to be brought down and sacked by Jonah Haney. Big loss on the play. Nice play by Jonah Haney, number 42. And so a loss on the play of about 12 yards. And that'll bring up a long 4th down for the Rebels. Will Ryan White back to receive this punt. It's a low end-over-end kick. He's going to catch it on the bounce and take it about the 48-yard line. Makes a move on that right side. He's going to take it down to the Rebel 37-yard line. So 6:31, and Trumann takes over at the Highland 36-yard line. Both bands will be performing at the half. This time we have MJ and Gunner Parks out left. A little different look for the Wildcats here. Oh, a bad snap over the head of Will Ryan, and he's going to be down at about the 47-yard line. So a loss of 11 on that play. So a timeout on the field. Charge to the Rebels. First timeout of this game. Wildcats up 28-0 here in the second quarter with 6:17 left to go.
Madison Burton, Patience Carl, Keely Circle, Bailey Davis, Grace Dunn, Hannah Gibson, Delaney Harris, Abby Hilton, Abby Wilson, Jillian Murphy, Carissa Phelps, Tara Lewis, Cheyenne Sampson. They'll all be performing for you at halftime, along with the Highland Marching Band.
Got a score from Brian Robertson. Says Rivercrest is up 13-7 over Pokey in the first quarter. So a second down and long for the Wildcats. Handoff to Jay Taylor Morgan. He looks right, reverses his field. He's still on his feet. And he's going to be brought down by number 1, David Jones. After about a 6-yard gain. So a lot of territory covered there for 6 yards. So he started to the right side and reversed the field, came over, made a move, and takes it down to the Rebel 41-yard line. So third down and 15 for the Wildcats with 5:33 and counting here in the second quarter. Wildcats on top 28-0. Will Ryan back to pass. Fakes it and then throws it to M.J. Barnes. It's complete. And he takes about 3 Rebels out of bounds with him. The 28-yard line. So gain of 13 on the play. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 2. 19 yards receiving for MJ Barnes, 2 receptions. 4:45 and counting here in the second quarter. Wildcats face a 4th and 2 at the Rebels' 28-yard line. Will Ryan's going to keep it. He's going to have the first down, and he's going to score, folks. Touchdown, Will Ryan White from 28 yards out on the quarterback keeper. So the Wildcats strike again here in the first half with 4:32 left to go on a 28-yard run by Will Ryan, his second touchdown of the game. And he's on now to attempt the extra point. Snap by Penner coming, hold by Barnes, a kick by White, and it's blocked again as it hits the bottom of the goalpost. So it's 2 blocks on extra points for the Rebels. The Wildcats go on top 34-0 with 4:32 left to go in the first half. Again, appreciate Neil Morris and HighlandRebels.com for letting us piggyback with them on this live feed, as couldn't get a good connection on my hotspot over here. Shout out to Kasi Photos in Trumann. He is one of our sponsors for Wildcat Chat, the football games. He does photos, takes pictures of kids at the games and stuff, and provides for a small fee a disc full of pictures. You can contact him at Kasi Photos on Facebook for him to take pictures of your kid. I noticed last night he posted pictures of some of the Highland junior high kids and tagged them on his Facebook page. Will Ryan set to kick off. Kicks it pretty deep down to about the 6-yard line. That's going to be Scott, I believe, on the return. He's looking for a hole. It's going to be brought down by number 3, Jax Williams. Ball is going to be spotted at the 31-yard line, and that's where the Rebels will start their next possession with 4:24 left to go in the half. Been all Truman in this one so far, the first half. 34-0, Wildcats on top. Hudson passes to the left, and it's going to be caught, but it's going to be a loss on the play as Jesse Penner and MJ Barnes were there to make the play. That was actually a pass to Hudson, I think. I believe that was Rick Carter with a pass to Hudson. The loss on the play, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 for the Rebels. This time Hudson keeps it, and he's going to be tackled by MJ Barnes. So no gain on that play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 17. Actually lost 2 on the play. Deep pass this time, intended for Drake Scott. Actually, David Jones, number 1. And so the Rebels face another 4th and long here with 3:15 left to go in the first half. Highland's been unable to move the ball against this Wildcat defense so far in this ball game. Back deep, Will Ryan White for Trumann. There's the kick. Nice punt this time. Called for a fair catch this time at the 45-yard line is Will Ryan White. So Trumann's next possession will start at their own 45-yard line with 3:09 left to go in the first half. Hand off to J. Taylor Morgan up the middle.
Jesse Taylor Morgan on the carry to the Wildcats. Right on number 12, Jesse Taylor Rebels.
Looks like no gain on the play. It's going to bring up second down. 2:47 and counting here in the first half. Wildcats on top 34-0. Wildcats a little different look on offense. Pass out to Gunnar Parks, and he's going to have the first down. So he takes it out to the 39-yard line. Correction, 41-yard line. So a gain of 14 on that pass. On Parks' first catch of the game. 33 yards passing for Will Ryan White. He's 3 for 4 on the night. 2:05 left to go in the first half. There's a handoff to J. Taylor Morgan. And he's going to gain a couple on the play. Gives him 100 yards here in the first half on 7 carries. He scored on a 60-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. 1:39 and counting here in the second quarter. Wildcats with 3 timeouts left. Rebels with 2. This time Will Ryan's going to keep it. And he's going to take it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. So a gain of 5 for the senior quarterback. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats. 50 seconds and counting here in the second quarter. And the Wildcats a little bit different look on offense. Hand off to Jay Taylor. He breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet. He breaks another tackle. And he's going to take it down inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line. So a gain of 30 on the play for the senior, J. Taylor Morgan. Ball's going to be spotted at the 5-yard line. So again, 29 on the play for Morgan. Pass out to Gunnar Parks. He's going to take it down to the 2-yard line with 10 seconds left. Truman's going to call a timeout. Or I guess that's going to be the end of the first half. They let the clock run down. So at the half, Trumann on top 34. 34-0. Oh, they're going to put 2 seconds on the clock as Trumann called a timeout, I guess. So Trumann's at the 2-yard line. They call a timeout with 2 seconds. A little bit of confusion on the field there as looked like the clock had run down to 0. And they were content with going in. They're going to try a field goal here from the 2-yard line. So a 19-yard field goal attempt by Will Ryan White with 2 seconds left. Kenner to snap. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it's blocked and picked up by Will Ryan. So the third kick that has been blocked by the Rebels. That's the one positive so far for Highland in this game is they've blocked 3 kicks. So at the half, Trumann goes in with a 34-0 lead over the Rebels. We'll be back in just a few moments with some stats. And you guys can enjoy the Trumann band and the Highland band at the half. We'll be back in just a little bit with some first half stats.
And their spouses do not have to qualify for a free or reduced lunch to be able to win. If you will turn your attention to the 20-yard line, Brandon and I will draw our winner. Our winner is Linda Worthington. Linda Worthington, if you're in the stadium, you can meet Brandon at the St. Bernard's tent to arrange pickup of your TV. Linda Worthington. Thank you to everyone who turned in their forms, and thank you to Brandon Ryder State Farm.
For me, it's time with my friends.
For me, it's a walk in the park.
For me, it's my job. Go in. Oh.
For me, it's all about the exercise.
For me, it fits into my busy lifestyle.
For me, it's my passion.
For us, it doesn't cost much to play.
For me, it's fun.
Well, you got to start talking to them, give you certain plans, you'll see how what they do.
Each side's giving all these and he's trying to get in the law enforcement. He's a judge right now. He's been doing that for
present the Highland Rebels. Under the direction of Greg and Hope Burner, and under the field command of drum major Vivian Balls and flag veterans Sarah Hopper and Michaela Barrientos. The band's 2018 production is titled Heist. Movements are the break-in, featuring alto saxophone soloist Abram Bezanin. The chase begins, hiding out, featuring trombone soloist Logan Brown, jazz police, and capture. Drum major Vivian Paul, is your band ready to perform? We hope you enjoy tonight's performance of the Highland Marching Rebels. competition tomorrow at West Memphis High School, the West Memphis Marching Classic. The band performs at 2:30 p.m. You are welcome to attend. Good luck, Marching Rebels.
All right, hey, we're back. Both bands just performed, did a great job here at halftime. Here on homecoming for the Highland Rebels. The Wildcats are trying to spoil homecoming for the Rebels with a 34-0 halftime lead. They just put 3 minutes back on the clock. The players are on the field warming back up to start the second half. Got some scores, 3-4A action. At halftime, Rivercrest 49, Pocahontas 13. So the Colts continuing their run through the 3-4A conference. They are the defending 3A state champions. It looks like they're having an easy time here in the 4A conference. Westside's up 34-24 over Cave City in the second quarter. And those are the only scores I have right now. Other teams in action. Gosnell is at Brooklyn. And, of course, here in Trumann against Highland. So far this one, it's been all Trumann. First quarter, the Wildcats struck first with 8:47 left in the first quarter as Will Ryan White scored on a 14-yard touchdown run. The extra point attempt was blocked, and Trumann led 6-0. Wildcats would score again at the 7:02 mark in the first quarter as J. Taylor Morgan broke one from 60 yards, and the two-point conversion was good. And the Wildcats took a 14-0 lead. And then in the first quarter with 2:04 remaining, Trumann scored again on a 1-yard Cole Bingham touchdown run. The extra point by Will Ryan was good. And the Wildcats led 21-0 after 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, with 7:58 left to go in the first half, linebacker Jesse Penner picked off a Tristan Hudson pass and returned it for a touchdown from 82 yards out. And the Wildcats, the extra point was good, and the Wildcats went up 28-0 at that point. And then the Wildcats rounded out the scoring here with a 28-yard Will Ryan touchdown run with 4:32 left to go in the first half. The extra point attempt was blocked. The Wildcats drove down with 3 minutes left to go in the first half, and with 2 seconds had the ball at the Rebel 2-yard line and looked like they were about to score again. They attempted a 19-yard field goal that was blocked, and so 2 extra points and a 19-yard field goal have all been blocked by the Rebels. That's been really the only bright spot so far for this Highland Rebel team in the first half of this game. For the Rebels, these are unofficial stats as I'm doing all of this stuff here, so it's it could be right, it could not be right, but for the Rebels, Tristan Hudson is 5 for 13 passing for 50 yards. 2 of those completions were to number 22, Braden Figgins. He has 2 receptions for 16 yards. Drake Scott has 1 for 22 yards. David Jones 1 for 9. Grant Sanders 1 for 3 yards. On the ground, Hudson has 8 carries for 3 yards. Braden Figgins has 9 carries for 44 yards, and that rounds out the offense for the Rebels in the first half. For Trumann, Will Ryan is 4 for 5 passing for 36 yards. He has 63 yards on 6 carries rushing, has 2 touchdowns on the ground. J. Taylor Morgan with a big first half. He has 8 carries for 129 yards and 1 touchdown. Noah Milligan with 4 carries for 28 yards, and Cole Bingham with 4 carries for 17 yards. MJ Barnes has 2 receptions for 19 yards, and Gunnar Parks 2 receptions for 17 yards. The Rebels get the ball first here in the second half. Will Ryan White set to kick off. Kick hits at the 15 and rolls to the 10, where it's picked up by Drake Scott, and he's going to be wrestled down at about the 29-yard line. So that's where the Rebels will begin their first possession of the second half with 11:51 here to go in the third quarter.
Don't forget the junior class selling hot chocolate, coffee, hot cider. Senior class selling tickets. Chances on 200 pounds of beef in a chest type freezer pudding.
Rebels running spread offense, 3 out left, 1 out to the right. Hudson drops back, pass. Oh, actually, that was Hudson on the reception. Rhett Carter passes it to Tristan Hudson. Takes it down to the 36-yard line. So a 35-yard pass from Carter to Hudson. There was a flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be declined as it's penalties against the Wildcats for pass interference. So Carter takes over at quarterback and passes to Hudson for 35 yards. First down and 10 at the Wildcat 36-yard line. Carter pressured this time, and he's going to get it away to, looks like Hopkins maybe. So a loss on the play of 2. Bring up a second down and 12. As Carter was lucky to get that pass off, as there were several Wildcats in pursuit in the backfield. This time a handoff to Figgins, and he's going to be wrapped up for a gain of about 1. .45 yards on 10 carries for Figgins. It's going to bring up third down and 11 for the Rebels. Pass this time from Hudson to David Jones. It's incomplete as Milton Lewis there with the great defense for the Wildcats. And that'll bring up fourth down and 11. These numbers on the Rebels jerseys are hard to read from up here. They're like a light gray. They really don't have a an outline on them, so it makes it difficult to see from this distance. There's pressure on Hudson. He's going to roll out. He's going to pass it, and he's going to throw it away as Jonah Haney, Jaden King, J. Taylor Morgan, and Randy Taylor all in pursuit of the quarterback. So the ball will be turned over on downs. Wildcats will take over 10-28 here in the third quarter at their own 37-yard line. There's a handoff to Milton Lewis. He breaks a tackle, takes it down to the Rebel 45-yard line. So 19 yards on Milton Lewis's first carry. And that's a Wildcat first down. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line. Connor McLean in at quarterback for the Wildcats and wearing number 2. The handoff to Cole Bingham. Nice hold. Bingham still on his feet as he takes it down to the 25-yard line. Gain of 20 on the play for Bingham. So the Wildcat offensive line is opening up some holes here. Hand off to Milton Lewis. He's going to be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He may give him forward progress, give him a yard on that. So 2 carries for Milton Lewis, 20 yards. .9:24 and counting here in the third quarter. Wildcats up 34-0. There's a handoff up the middle. It may be Penner on the carry. So gain of 4 on the play for Penner. 3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats. 8:50 and counting here in this third quarter. Wildcats step up to the line of scrimmage. 14 on the play clock. There's a handoff to Milton Lewis. He's looking for some blockers. He has them. He has the first down as he takes it down to the 14-yard line. So a gain of 6 on the play for Milton Lewis. 26 yards now on 3 carries for the sophomore. So 1st and 10 from the Rebel 14-yard line for the Wildcats. Bingham on the carry. Cuts it back up the middle, and he's going to take it inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. So the ball was on the 13, so a gain of 11 for Cole Bingham. Gives him 48 yards on 6 carries, rather. And the Wildcats are knocking again here at the Rebel end zone. 8 minutes and counting here in the third quarter. Connor McLean in at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Milton Lewis, and Lewis is going to take it in for the touchdown. Milton Lewis with a 2-yard touchdown, his first touchdown on the offensive side. So he has a pick 6 earlier in the season against Shiloh Christian. He has 28 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown. Gunnar Parks in to attempt the extra point. And I believe the mercy rule will be in effect. Parks with the kick. Nice kick. And it's good. So with 7:51 left to go in the third quarter, Wildcats score again on a 2-yard Milton Lewis touchdown run.
Marjorie Taylor was playing to attend November 2nd at the last regular season football game and helped celebrate
41-0 now. Trumann on top.
Which was also the very first year of Rebel football.
Drake Scott. Tristan Hudson back for the Rebels. They're standing at about the 10-yard line. And standing at the 40-yard line, set to kick off for the Wildcats, number 20, Will Ryan White. Little short kick this time. It's going to be a fair catch. Number 15, Grant Sanders, with the fair catch, and the Rebels will take over at their own 39-yard line. 7:25 and counting here as the mercy rule is in effect. Wildcats on top 41-0. There's a pitch out to Figgins. Gain of about 5 on the play. Tackled by Gunnar Parks. 50 yards rushing now for Figgins on 11 carries. He's going to get it again, and he'll have the first down as he takes it down to the 49-yard line. So gain of about 7 this time for Figgins. Give him 57 yards on 12 carries. So 1st and 10 for the Rebels. 6:30 and counting here in this third quarter. Ball spotted at the Wildcat 49-yard line. There's a pitch out to Figgins again. And this time he's going to be brought down at about the 43-yard line, I guess. So another 5-yard gain, actually a 6-yard gain, looks like, for Figgins. Gives him 63 yards on the night. Figgins again on the carry. It's going to be close to the first down as he takes it down to the 39. So that's enough for the first down. So another 4 yards for Figgins. It's him 67 yards. Fake this time to Figgins. And the pass is incomplete as the receiver was out of bounds. Intended for number 8, Ian Smith. So 2nd down and 10 for the Rebels coming up. Clock's running. It's 5 minutes and counting. There's Figgins again. He's going to be wrapped up this time by number 73. Not sure who is wearing number 73. I don't have that on my roster. Maybe Austin Pruitt. No, Austin Pruitt's 72. He's out there. Pass incomplete. So to bring up 4th down and 9 for the Rebels. Hudson to pass. The pass is deep. It's going to be incomplete. Number 8, Milton Lewis, back for the defense, so the ball will be turned over on downs. 3:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Trumann will take over at their own 37-yard line.
$5 purchase includes a whole bunch of choices of different stuff. Come support your cadets and listen together.
Speedway sells golf cars located at 760 Highway 463 South in Trumann. Go see Michael Reese or call him at 870-483-2161 to talk about new or used golf cars, replacement parts, or service. Speedway sells golf cars in Trumann, an easy choice for all of your golf car needs. Connor McLean, quarterback for the Wildcats. Pitches it to Milton Lewis, and Lewis is wrapped up there after about a 2-yard gain. 30 yards rushing now for Lewis on 5 carries. He scored on a 2-yard touchdown run the last series. 2:20 and counting here as the mercy rule is in effect. Wildcats up 41-0 here in this third quarter. I believe that's Jaron Brown wearing 73. Handoff this time to Israel Carrillo. Giving him a yard on the play. It's going to bring up third down. .125 and counting here in the third quarter. Trumann up 41-0. Milton Lewis with the carry. And he's going to have the first down as he takes it out to midfield. Gain of 10 on the play, or 9 on the play for Lewis. That's going to be a first down. 45 seconds and counting here in this third quarter. We've been wanting to see Lewis run the ball a little bit, and he's getting an opportunity to do that here tonight. He has some wheels. He's pretty good athlete. Plays well at the cornerback spot on defense. This is going to be 23, Seth Cooper on the carry. Loss of 2 on the play. For Cooper, 6'1", 180-pound junior. And that's the end of the third quarter. Score Trumann 41, Highland 0.
Jesus is Lord. That single belief calls us together as a community and sends us into our world with hope and purpose. At our church, your past will never define your future. There's always redemption, which means there's always a brighter day. At our church, we don't think we're better than any other church out there. We're just doing our best to become our best. At our church, we want you to believe in God, but we also want you to know that God believes in you. And finally, we need you to hear this loud and clear. At our church, it's not really our church at all. It's His. And we live and move and breathe in His church.
12 for the Wildcats. Connor McLean's going to keep it. Gain about 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up third down and 8 for the Wildcats. 11:40 and counting here in the ball game. Trumann up 41-0 in this one. Wildcats will be at Pocahontas next Friday night. Grillo on the carry. Nice hard run there. So he takes it down to the 44-yard line. Actually 43. So gain of 5 for Israel. It's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down and about 3 for the Wildcats. So Coach Craig Green will move to 4-3 as a head coach for the Wildcats. His first season, 3-1 in the 3-4A conference. Rebels will fall to 1-6. There's Milton Lewis. Nice spin move. And he's going to have the first down. So he takes it down to the 38-yard line. Gain of 4 for Lewis on the play. Another first down. It's him 43 yards rushing on 7 carries. 9:50 and counting here in this ball game. You want to give a shout out to Neil Morris and HighlandRebels.com for letting us join them on the broadcast here. Connor McLean's going to keep it. Take it to about the 35-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play for McLean. Bring up 2nd down and 8. 9:15 and counting here in this ball game. Wildcats are on a roll. This will be their 3rd win in a row on the road. Next week, they will finish up their road season as they travel to Pocahontas, and the next 2 will be at home against Westside and Cave City. Israel Carrillo on the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. 8 yards on 3 carries for Israel. And 8:30 left to go in the ball game. I believe it's going to be 3rd down. Yeah, 3rd down and 6 for the Wildcats. 18 on the play clock, and they're going to take their time, let this clock run. Hand off this time to Cole Bingham. He's going to sweep around to that left side, and he has some room, and he's going to have the first down. $11 yards on the carry for Bingham. 59 yards for the senior on 7 carries. And another first down for the Wildcats. 7:30 left to go in this game. Connor McLean in at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Milton Lewis. And he's going to gain about 4 yards on the play. $47 yards rushing now for Lewis. .646 left to go in the ball game. Trumann up 41-0. Will Ryan White had 6 carries for 63 yards. His night's done as he's on the sidelines. The big lead here. Connor McLean's going to keep it, and he's going to be dropped for a loss at the 20-yard line. So a loss of 2 on the play for McLean. The big night goes to J. Taylor Morgan. He had 8 carries for 129 yards, all in the first half. He scored a touchdown from 60 yards out. Will Ryan had 2 touchdowns from 14 and 28. Noah Milligan had 28 yards on 4 carries. Cole Bingham has 59 yards right now on 7 carries. He's in now. He may see the ball right here on this 3rd down and long. No, Milton Lewis is going to get it. And he's going to have the first down, I believe, as he takes it to down to the 11-yard line. Gain of 9 for Lewis, another first down. 56 yards for Lewis on the ground. Five minutes left to go in this ball game. Hand off to Israel Grillo. He's going to battle down to about the 5-yard line. Gain of 7 for Israel. Gives him 15 yards. Four and a half minutes left to go on this. Carrillo on the carry. Takes it down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 4. $3:50 left to go in this game. Second down and go for the Wildcats. Actually, first and go for the Wildcats at the 1-yard line. .13 on the play clock. McLean bringing in the play. Gonna have to hustle up. He's gonna get it off. And then they're gonna be a delay of game. So just let the clock run down. 3:04 left to go in this game. Trumann up 41-0. 5-yard penalty. Put the ball at the 6-yard line. Rebels will fall to 1-6 on the season. 0-4 in the 4A conference. Another delay of game penalty against the Wildcats. .147 and counting. McLean takes a knee. Bring up second down. 1:23 and counting. And I'm sure Coach Green will do the same thing on this play and let the clock run down. Nice sportsmanship there. They had the ball on the 1 yard line and probably could have punched it in again, but chose to take a delayed game. And matter of fact, took 2 in a row, and then took a knee there. 50 seconds left to go in this ball game. 6 on the play clock. McLean takes a knee. And they may have to do that one more time. That's the end of the ball game. Your final score: Trumann 41, Highland 0. Wildcats move to 4-3 on the season overall, 3-1 in the 3-4A conference. Highland drops to 1-6 and 0-4. Some stats for you for the Wildcats. Will Ryan 4 for 5 passing, 36 yards. Will Ryan had 6 carries for 63 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Jay Taylor Morgan with 8 carries, 129 yards and a touchdown. Noel Milligan had 4 carries for 28 yards. Cole Bingham, 7 carries for 59 yards. Milton Lewis with 9 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Jesse Penner, 1 carry for 4 yards. Israel Carrillo with 5 carries for 19 yards. Seth Cooper, 1 carry for -2. And Connor McLean had 5 carries for 0 yards. He had some of those on the victory formation there. MJ Barnes had 2 receptions for 19 yards. Gunnar Parks, 2 receptions for 17 yards. Leading the way for the Rebels on offense was Braden Figgins, who had 14 carries for 67 yards. Tristan Hudson had 8 carries for 3 yards. So, again, I want to say thanks to Neil Morris and HighlandRebels.com for letting us join them on the broadcast. We were having trouble with the connection over here, so he let us piggyback with them, and we were able to bring this to you thanks to HighlandRebels.com. So, next week we're going to be at Pocahontas, 7 p.m. kickoff, 6:30 we'll have the Roaches Manufacturing Corporation pregame show. So, again, the Wildcats win this one 41-0. That's 3 wins in a row for the Wildcats. And we'll see you next week at Pocahontas. Appreciate you watching.